So we are going to start off with making some of these really cool DIY velvet ornaments. These are so trendy right now, and I know many of us have already completely decorated, but I continued to see these all over and I wanted them, but they were sold out everywhere or they were way out of my price range. We're talking like $100 for 4 of them, and I just was not doing that. So being the way that I am, I went straight to Hobby Lobby. So I picked up some of these ingredients here. I have my Mod Podge. I chose matte. I got this black currant chalk paint and this paper mache ornament. You can use the clear ornaments and the embossing powder. I chose copper because I wanted that very warm but deep color, you know? So you see the black currant chalk paint right there in the little container. I didn't like it. It came out way too purple. So I'm just using what I had on hand. And this is just some regular old, the cheapest that I could probably find, burgundy paint. And this is also like a matte. It's not, there's no satin or sheen with this. And I feel like that is key because velvet obviously doesn't have any sort of sheen. So make sure you're choosing matte finish on all of your products. And I'm just going to paint this entirely and then I will let it dry. Once it is completely dry, I am going to paint on sections on this paper mache ornament with my matte Mod Podge. You can use any glue. You don't have to use just the Mod Podge brand. That's just what I picked up. But I did want it matte because obviously velvet is a matte look. So I'm doing just sections. I don't know how this is all going to work. This is the first one I've ever done. But I will say as I did more and more ornaments, it got easier and easier and I got the hang of it very quickly. So as you see here, I've got the wet glue on here and I'm going to sprinkle this embossing powder on top. Big tip here, make sure you're doing this over a paper towel or a blank piece of paper, any paper that you can fold up and put any of the extra remnants or just the extra embossing powder that you're going to like tap off. You're going to want that to go back into the container. It is so essential or you won't have enough and you'll be wasting so much. That is one of my biggest tips. Do this over paper. Kind of like glitter, same kind of idea. And I'm gonna sprinkle it on here as you guys see. Now, I wasn't sure how quickly all of this would dry, but I had some playing time. I had time to like really work this around as you see here. I will say, now that I have done the ornaments, you want to make sure you add a very even coat of the glue. You saw that I had like streaks in there and that poked through. I got the hang of it as I did more and more ornaments, but that is just a little tip for when you guys are doing it. You want to have a very smooth application. I was able to smooth some of these little lumps and bumps in there, but once it was all dry, I sprayed it with this matte clear. I got this from Walmart. It's very affordable. And here is an overview of what it looks like. This was the very first one I did. It's DIY, so you can definitely have fun with it. It's not going to be perfect, but I personally like the imperfections and things. You get the hang of it. You get better and better as you go on. This is another one I did. It's a little bit more smooth. I want to add, it is not soft like velvet, but it definitely does look like it. I want to thank Stash for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If you are unsure about your financial future or investing, I want to encourage you to check out Stash. It's a personal finance app that helps make investing easy and affordable and has helped over 6 million Americans. With just $3 a month, Stash can help anyone build wealth, hit financial goals, and even invest for themselves. I have enjoyed Stash because this app simplifies investing. They have an entire section dedicated to educating users on investing one-on-one and other financial topics, which is really great. I've also didn't need a lot of money to start investing since you can start with $3 or $9 a month subscription plans. I have enjoyed using this app because as I've gotten older, putting money away for my future is very important. Also knowing I can start my investing journey with hardly any cash is awesome. I can start saving money for my retirement and even vacations and things we have planned as a family. Stash has made my financial investing journey so easy. The app is also really easy to use. Investing has been really intimidating to me, but Stash has made it really easy to navigate. So if you're interested in starting your investing journey, I want to encourage you to check out Stash. Right now, they're offering $25 bonus if you download Stash and just deposit $5. I will have all the information in my description box. Thanks again to Stash for sponsoring this portion of today's video. So now let's get back to the rest of the video. So in my time in Georgia, we were able to go to antique shopping. That is one of my favorite things to do of all time. And I got these gold bells as well as these dough balls. Now I have seen these for so long. They're very popular, but I've always wanted a real antique one. So I've been holding out, and I am so glad I did because these are so beautiful. The character on these are just unmatched in my opinion. Then I got these juniper picks from Hobby Lobby, I think. Don't quote me, and I can't remember because I took the tag off. I think they were like $4.99 each, obviously 60% off. I will always bend my stems that you see here. I like to salvage the stem as much as possible in case I want to use it at a later date. But I was not able to do that with these to fit in the dough bowl, so I ended up just cutting them right here. Side note, if you ever see the ridges on these stems, that is a spot where you can cut it and it will break much easier. I don't know if you know that. So honestly, I just learned that not too long ago. So I'm going to place these stems in here. I'm using only 2. And another thing, you can pull off any additional little pieces as you see here and just fill it where it needs to go. And then I'm going to add these antique gold bells, which are stunning, into this whole arrangement. I love the rustic little vibe it's got going on here. I've been doing rustic in my house for, oh my gosh, forever. And it just keeps, I don't know, it just gets better and better every year. Now I did do red and white one year, but I went back to the rustic this year, and I'm glad I did because I love the warmth that it brings into the space. I love the natural elements. It's very organic and it just feels really good. I like very just twiggy and natural materials, so I love the way this came out, and it made me so happy to be able to make this with some items that I got from our vacation, so it was even extra special. This is what it looks like. And while I was at the antique store, I picked up this Times Fraser Fir diffuser. This was absolutely a splurge. It was $60, and I don't usually spend that type of money on things like this. I don't burn very many candles in my house or have things like that, but I wanted to do it and it was worth it. It is absolutely amazing. I actually took some of the wicks out of it because it was throwing so much fragrance and I wanted to salvage it for $60. It better last me a couple years. And it is still so beautiful and it smells so good, and it doesn't bother my asthma, which is why I usually stay away from candles and things like that. But it has been such a welcomed addition. The house smells so good with it. So I'm using my coffee table book here, and I'm using it as a riser to put the dough bowl on top. And then I've got these really precious brass reindeer I got at the antique store as well as my diffuser here. And I'm going to place this on here. Now I like to decorate in groups of 3. It gives it some symmetry and balance. It makes it feel very cohesive, but I did not feel like this was working together very well. So I left this segment in because I want you to know that I have no idea what I'm doing half the time. I am just playing around with things. It is trial and error all the time. Even if I've decorated a space 1,000 times, it is trial and error. So just showing you a little behind the scenes of me trying to make it work. I mean, I don't know how many times I've moved everything, but I finally get it right until it gives me the feeling I want. I keep messing with it. I added a little reindeer antler, and this is what it looks like. This is the before. I'm going to show you a clip in just a moment of what it looks like after, because of course, when I step back and take a look and see how it feels, if it doesn't feel right, I keep shopping my home and adding more stuff, and that is what I did. So I took the reed diffuser, put it in the kitchen. I've got my dough bowl area here. I love the way it looks, and I went back and added my Norfolk pine tree right here in the ceramic pot with my precious little reindeer, which are so cute, and I love the way it turned out. So it's another day and we are going to focus on the media room. I got to clean this area up. I showed you everything before the kids came home from school, but I got them a little Christmas tree. I wanted to make this very special. And so they're going to help me move things out of the way. And here's the Christmas tree I purchased actually before Thanksgiving. I got it from Kohl's. It was about $100. 7-foot pre-lit Pacific pine. And I will say that I think it's really pretty and I'll show you the details of it. But it is pretty sparse. Now, I know the sparse trees are very popular right now, and it works for this space just fine. I'm very thankful for it, but it is, you'll see, there's definitely, I guess that what I had in my mind, I was thinking it was gonna be a little bit fuller for what I had going on, but it ends up working just great. I don't say a thing because my kids don't know any different. And honestly, I just wanted to have something to do with them up here. I would have loved to have my own personal tree as a little girl. It would have made my whole life. So I like to do that for my kids. When I was little, my mom was a working single mom, and sometimes we didn't get our tree until like the 16th of December or even later. Sometimes she would get it from a friend and it would be half, like the limbs would be broken off, and I would be so embarrassed. I wanted this like extravagant tree. So I try to give my kids the things that I wish I had. Now my mom, she tried her very best, and I'm so thankful for all that she did. But as a kid, you know, I wished things were different. I would even sleep when we would finally get the tree in. I would sleep underneath the tree. And back then in the 90s, there were no pre-lit trees. At least we didn't have one. So I would string all the lights on it and just make a little palette. And it just was so wonderful. So I wanted to have my kids a special tree in their room so they could enjoy it while they were watching their movies and everything like that.
Yeah, this is it. I could tell by these. I remember.
Yeah, well, snowballs. All right, let's start putting it on. Froggy! Go put it on the tree, Boogie. All right, come on guys, let's start putting things on the tree. And then on another day, it is time to clean up this space because it was an absolute disaster. The kids did help me, but sometimes I like for them to just leave so I can organize it and do it in peace. They will help me when I ask them to help, but sometimes I actually really enjoy just cleaning when they're gone. So Emma, my little sidekick, is going to help me tackle this space here, throw away any trash, declutter, and organize what's in this space. This little section here is for their toys. My kids don't have an overflow of toys because I do stay on top of it pretty much, and their interests change so often. So when I declutter, I always include, well, not always, but a lot of times I will include them. Now, when it comes to their clothing and stuff like that, I don't really worry about it. They don't care if they're a part of that process. But when it comes to their toys or sentimental items, I never do that without them, unless the items are broken or something, just because I don't want them to think I'm just throwing their stuff away. So I try to include them. But in this section here, I wasn't throwing away too much. I was just mainly putting things back in sections that where it was organized. And then I'm going to continue to clean up the floor because there is so much on here that always just gets pulled out. I got this cube system from Walmart, and I also got the bins here from Walmart as well. They hold up very well. We had a similar one. It was just like the weathered oak in our old house, and it works so well for toys, and I think it looks really nice as well. We also use it for all of their gaming stuff because they have a ton of cords and headsets and all the things down here. So my goal, or up here, my goal is to make an area here when the Christmas tree goes down. I'm going to rearrange this space quite a bit and make it like a real theater game movie room. Right now, it's just kind of like their play area where they go to hang out. So that's the plan. And I'm also going to have a section there just for Emma to be able to play. I'm going to put one of my extra desks that actually Chris got for free. So I think he found it. I don't remember where, but it's in the garage. I'm going to bring it upstairs. That way I can work while Emma is playing in like her designated play area. Right now, her toys are downstairs in baskets and also in her room, but I think it'd be really cute to have a little section for her. Have you ever heard of the phrase cleaning with kids is like brushing your teeth while eating Oreos? Like that always made sense to me. But as my kids have gotten older, it's just been a funny little like thing. But now that I have an 18-month-old and I'm trying to work from home, it has never seemed more clear. Never. I just cleaned this whole area and it's already like, it's crazy. Man, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. Emma, come in here with Mama, okay? Come in here with Mama. Definitely a challenge, but man, I wouldn't trade it. I'm just so, she's just the best. Emma, old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. So while she runs around up here, I've actually got Frozen, I think, on the screen, and she's sitting down. I'm going to vacuum this space out. Got my big boy, the Kirby, coming in here, and we are going to vacuum all of this. This vacuum also revitalizes the carpet. At least that's what they told us. I mean, I can definitely tell it looks better. That's what I'm going to tell myself as I make the payments for it. But no, it really does work great. I just wish it wasn't so heavy. Let's just be honest. It stays upstairs because it is so big and bulky. But she gets the job done. I mean, like no other. So I'm going to continue to vacuum out this space. When I am vacuuming the carpet, I will go in all directions several times. That way I'm making sure that no matter where I'm vacuuming, I am getting the nap of the carpet because I don't want to miss anything. Also, I made sure to add some of my vacuuming in real time because I feel like it is so important that you go slow when you are vacuuming. Your vacuum is only going to work as good as you allow it to work. I mean, don't get me wrong, a better vacuum is obviously going to have better suction power, but if you're just zooming over that space, it doesn't have the ability to suck up any of the dirt and debris in the carpet. So go slow if you can possibly stand it, and that way it can get as much dirt up as possible. That way you're getting a really efficient clean. I am now taking all of the ornaments off of my tree. I mentioned in my last video that I was just in a really overwhelmed mindset when I was decorating, getting ready to go to Georgia, I don't know, and trying to get content out. I just felt so overwhelmed. So I was like, everything's going to be super minimal. But I didn't really love the way the tree looked. And in my downtime and endless scrolling while driving 8 hours to Georgia, I saw a lot of things that inspired me, and I just got into a really excited and festive mindset. So I was so ready to take some of these items down because, listen, we are not promised tomorrow, and I didn't love it. So I'm not like trying to be morbid or anything, but I really do try to embrace the season or special events as much as possible because they are gifts. So when I came back, I decided to take all of the items off of the tree, and I wanted to put some of the items that I had purchased from a really precious little boutique in Allijay, Georgia. I wanted to put them on here. I got some really gorgeous ornaments, and they were so stunning, and I'm excited to show them to you guys. So I filmed putting it on there, but then my camera died. So here's the final product, and I'm going to show you where I got everything, starting off with the obvious DIY velvet ornaments. They turned out really, really pretty, and they're special because I made them, and you can do so many really cool colors. So I'm going to go through here and tell you where I got everything on the tree and kind of explain my thought process when decorating this tree. So I wanted something very outdoorsy and organic. I do have a flock tree, as you see, and all the rage this year is the sparse foxtail trees that are all green. I'm not going to go out and purchase a new one, so I decided to add some green stems. So I've got my DIY ornaments in here, as well as my ornaments that I purchased from Hobby Lobby, and a string of antique bells, as well as the bells that I used in last year's Christmas decorating. I've got my juniper picks here that I used earlier, as well as these really cute ones with little pine cones. I've got them placed strategically all around the tree. So I try to do things in symmetry, and I've got multiple of the same type. I've got this berry wreath in different sizes, and I just placed that on here to give it a pop of color. I've got another of my Robert Stanley Hobby Lobby ornaments and a beautiful crystal ornament that I got from that really cute boutique. Here is another one. It's like a paper mache, or I don't know, a paper type ornament. And I've got velvet bows that I got from Amazon all over, just to give it a pop of color. I love the sparkle of the feathers. I think it turned out so pretty. So here is an up close of the cranberry looking wreath. And then I have my sparkly antlers in here, kind of a champagne color. And as I go through the tree, I'm showing you some more. This is a Mercury class ornament from that little boutique. I got a total, I think, of 4 or 5 of those. One of them has already broken. That's okay. And then this beautiful wood. This sucker is heavy. That's one positive with faux trees, is it can hold some substantial ornaments. These little acorns are from Hobby Lobby. That's an old ornament from Walmart. The little twiggy glittery ornaments are also from Hobby Lobby, and just going through, I've added some more things that I had from last year. These ornaments here from Hobby Lobby, I feel like are so understated and amazing. I don't know why they weren't sold out, but I got 2 of each, and I will probably pick up more when the season ends. These are my DIY rub and buff ornaments from last year. They're just regular craft bells, and anyone can do that. But I love these feathers. I think they're so pretty. I've got to have a little bit of sparkle. I love the way it just glistens with the Christmas lights. So here is the final look. I love the way it came out. I feel like even on video, it doesn't give it justice. It's really earthy. I had mentioned, I love that twiggy look. And I didn't go crazy with the stems because I don't want to spend a ton of money on things at this point in the season. I will grab more as the season ends, you know, when we get into that 75% off range. But I want to say thank you for watching today's video. Let me know what you think of the tree, and I'm going to show you another portion of the mantle that I did. I hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe. Would you like this video? It helps my channel out a ton, and I will see y'all in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.